It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Milton Glueck along with Dr. Calvin Finch, Mark Peterson, and Trace will join us in a little while. Oh, we were going to ask Trace about something. What were we going to ask him about?
That's why it ran away, I guess.
Probably.
The weather conditions that are intemperate for your tomatoes.
Yeah. But we were going to ask him about whether he had
that was
something.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Or was it me?
Oh, what?
That we were going to ask something.
No. We're going to ask him if he had something in stock. But yeah, they're garden stuff again.
I saw his staff was moving tomatoes.
Yeah, well, and then look at the where
the table
where
where
the Crawford reseeding lettuce was and all that.
Yeah,
Yep,
all the vegetables seem to be quite bare this morning.
That's another thing about Milberger's. I mean, I'm not 100% positive, but when you go to Milberger's today at 5 o'clock, you'll see the fragile stuff has been taken out and protected, so you're getting something that was protected. If you go to other places, like some of the big boxes, you may still see that stuff is out. So that Milberger's takes care of their stuff. They have to, but they also want you to be successful, so they don't want you to buy something that's been beat up by the wind or the cold. So that's one of the things about local nurseries is they tend to do that, and they tend to get stuff that does well here, which is good too. So you're going to have a better experience. So, all right, 210-308-8867 is our number. We had a lot of good calls yesterday. Give us a call today. What's going on, Calvin? Anything new? Did you ever put your mulch down?
No. I'm going to.
You have to do more than just buy it, Calvin. It's not enough to just buy it.
I don't know. I don't think Trace.
We're not talking about you. We're talking about Calvin here.
Okay.
All right.
I've got a load of the mulch. I've got my pickup truck, and
You had some serious mulch. How many bags of mulch did you have?
12 of the 3 cubic feet.
Man.
Packages, and I did finish planting my roses.
Oh, good.
Yesterday, and then my next step is to unload the mulch, and it's the first time I've used mulch in bags like that.
Right, I was going to say that when Milton asked you about bags, I'm like, whoa, this is different.
Yeah, Trace kind of convinced me that it's easier than,
to put it down?
Yeah. Now, I have some piles of mulch, and I've got a tractor, so I can complement that. But I like the idea of seeing how that works, I think it's a process that's easier. You have more control over it when you use the bags, even for soil on aerating the lawn and putting mulch over that soil. That's another area you can use those bags successfully. So we'll try it. We'll see how that works.
Well,
and
there was a great video produced by the Gardening Volunteers of South Texas that demonstrated the two techniques of using mulch.
Oh, really?
With the bags, opening up the bags on kind of the Trace method.
Raking them in.
We slide it over in rows and then rake it.
How deep did you put it?
For the turf, we said we said a quarter to a half inch, and then for the beds, I said I really don't care. I'm putting a lot more in.
Oh gosh, yeah. The beds should be. Well,
so that wasn't mulch, that was compost. But I said what to do in February.
A lot of people use compost for mulch.
And technically it's different.
It's it's real positive. You get the same effect, but it's a short term. You have to add it every year.
So I always like to tell people mulch will turn into compost eventually.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, or vice versa. Compost was originally mulch.
My cypress mulch should.
That's going to take a little bit longer.
Should last a while.
Yeah, that's going to last a very long time.
What were you saying? Some people use as mulch?
Compost.
Oh, compost.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about? I just want to make sure I'm not like asking something you've already said. We were talking about raking up those leaves, the live oak leaves. Do they use them as compost?
Well, that would work. Yeah, I love live oak leaves.
Yeah.
You've got enough.
How much do you need to have?
Well, I guess anything works for a short time, but
okay.
But if you got 3 inches, 4 inches of it, that's better.
That will work as the mulch, and then as the leaves decompose, they actually turn into
compost.
compost.
They feed the soil. Yeah. I might do that. I might try that. I got to get into the beds and start cutting out all the dead stuff. Is it time to cut the dead stuff out?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Now that it's winter,
I do it this last week.
Now that it's winter again, though.
Yeah, I know.
I was out there admiring.
Tell me when you want the weather.
All the bird species.
I know. It's like, all right, traditionally we do it last week, but you know what? If you dilly-dallied,
towhees,
it would have been really good because last night and today, the shelter and the feed coming from the seeds that remain are very valuable.
Yeah, so with the leaves will start dropping. Like that guy who called us yesterday at 210-308-8867.
What was that number again?
210-308-8867.
Call now.
Yeah, call now with your questions. Like I said, we had lots of good questions.
I can't understand why Mark can't remember that number.
It's okay.
He's been here, for a year?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
He was just feeding the he was helping with the segue.
Yeah.
Mark, of course, I have not remembered it after 27 years.
Yeah. I'm laughing as
I rely
before
on
when
Milton.
I would call in, I'm going, what is that number again? You know, you would think I would remember it.
That's okay. You can text me if you need it.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll text you and then you'll always have it.
I'll tell you who did remember it.
Who?
All those folks that registered for the class next Saturday.
Oh, they remember the Milberger's number.
Yes.
Yeah. What class next Saturday? What are you talking about?
Talking about
that? Is that too? Was that subtle or no?
Great segue.
Okay.
The Monarch and the Milkweed class, and don't be confused. You're going to be confused because some places it said March 17th.
Yes.
But it is the 15th. It's Saturday.
It is the 15th.
The 15th at 10 a.m. And we'll have, if you're registered, we'll have 2 containers of seeded native milkweeds. If you're willing to keep track of how they germinate and also what luck or lack of luck you have in getting transplants. But that'll be next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another opportunity the Saturday after that we still have some. Of course, the class here at Milberger's is technically full, but we invite you to come to the lecture.
Yeah.
And the last 3 years, it's turned out, even though we've been full with the register, we've been able to get to accommodate folks and find some milkweeds for them.
Let's see what the weather should be for next Saturday if I can get it. High near 78, so it should be a beautiful day to come on out. And, 10 to 11:30, and just Calvin's absolutely right. If you come out, you won't be disappointed. You'll learn a lot, and hopefully there'll be enough of the stuff. But there's another one coming up on the 22nd. You mentioned that, right?
Yeah, that's right, at the Dream Hill Estates Education Resource Center. And that one you call 210-382-4455 after the radio show.
Okay.
And if you want to reserve one of the remaining spots, same lecture, and the plants will be available, and we got room for a number of attendees to come along. And that one will be at 9:30 in the morning. And that's at 6802 Dorothy Louise Drive, which is
off of Babcock.
Yeah, that's right. If you do,
just look for the
go
Dunkin'
410
Donuts.
and go west on Babcock for half a mile, you'll run into Dorothy Louise.
How close are you to the Dunkin' Donuts?
Right close to the Dunkin'
Oh,
Donuts.
so if they see the Dunkin' Donuts, they've gone too far?
Yeah, and you might know.
Well, it depends on which
not
direction.
quite.
That's true. You're right.
But if they, it's across the street from the running track there at the medical center.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, Calvin will get you there. Call the number
210-382-4455.
Yep. You'll enjoy it. And then, and then once this is all over, you'll have to give us an update of 2024 and how everybody did and what you noticed, and so that we can compare it to 2025.
Yeah. Well, I guess I also should mention, Milton, you heard this conversation.
Yeah.
We've gone ahead and made a commitment to the Wilson County Master Gardener chapter, new Master Gardener chapter. And they have asked if we would give the presentation, the Monarch and Milkweed presentation down there in Floresville.
Yeah.
On
so
May,
our Floresville listeners.
Yeah, May 8th. And I'm sorry, I can't.
We don't have the calendar in front of us. But May 8th,
it's going to be in the evening, 6:30 p.m.
Candlelight.
I believe that's a Friday.
Okay, that'll be good.
May 8th.
More details coming. Mark it on your calendar, and Calvin will give you information about how to register.
That's right.
This is your
2 months away.
The date announcement.
Yes, this is your hold the date announcement. All right, cool, Calvin, and we'll talk some more about it. But I do encourage you, if Saturday's open and you want to be a part of it, and by the way, you can go to more than one. So if you go to this one and you didn't get a plant, you want to go to the one in Floresville, by golly, you can do that. Nobody's going to stop you, I don't believe, are they?
Well, no, and one of the best things about that is that usually means we have the gardener that comes has an experience.
Oh.
And quite often it's a positive experience with the milkweeds or with the monarchs. And so they say, here's what they did to transplant them and it was successful. Or here's the native milkweed that worked for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really valuable to have a number of those folks that also attend the class again.
All right, 210-308-8867, or come on by Millburgers. It seems earlier than yesterday. I don't know why.
Yes. I know the sun's in the wrong position.
But Trace is absolutely right. I mean, the weather's beautiful. This should be a gardening hormone day. A little cool, but I think people are still on daylight savings time. So I bet you after.
What's it mean that these ornaments are
kind of spinning?
25 miles.
Yeah, and that the flag is kind of blowing.
Yeah, it's a severe northeaster.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you what the weather's going to look like for the rest of the week. Are you ready? Do you not want it?
Yes, let's have it.
This afternoon, high near 64.
Oh.
So this seems to be like the coldest day of the week. Wow. Okay, tonight, low around 42.
Right.
Tomorrow, high near 75. Low around 45. I'm not seeing any rain. I wish I'd see some rain.
I saw one of the forecasts.
Oh, really?
It called for a low of 39 degrees.
Oh, tonight?
I hadn't seen it.
No. It was going to be tonight. 42 is the one I saw.
The government says 42 also.
Oh, wow.
That's what I hope.
I know. Well, I'm getting an email. Let's see. No.
Now be careful.
Monday night
they'll all get fired.
No.
Monday it's 45 for the low, and then Tuesday 81, 60, 55 now for the low on Tuesday night. Wednesday 87 with it's a high and a low around
50s.
Let's see. 56. Yeah. Wow. Good. Yeah. Nice job, Mark.
I looked at it this morning, but I can't remember.
89 for Thursday. 90 for Friday, and Saturday 78, so it gets cool again on Saturday.
90 for Friday? Wow.
I know. That's weird.
Well, did you see any new tomatoes out there, Mark?
No, I think they moved them all in
for
the wind.
The 1 gallons are all
no, are they still out there? I'm sorry. Are they still on the shaded part?
No, right here.
Oh.
Where do you look? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I bet you Trace can tell us what those are.
Right. Now I see them, yes. So it's a couple of rows. 1 gallons.
We're talking about the 1 gallon, what the tomatoes you all have in the 1 gallon. There's some there. Are those tomatoes too? Or those are lantana?
Those are lantanas.
No, those lantanas are there.
Tomatoes are there.
Oh, is that okay?
What's that? Tomatoes are there. Those are.
Those won't be there very long though. They're fixing to go in the building.
Oh, okay.
Is that in is lantanas too, rather than tomatoes?
That's all lantana.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's what I thought.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
So I ran up here because I thought I heard Milton say 32 tonight.
No, Calvin said 39.
Okay.
42 is what I said.
42, yeah, that's what we heard. However,
I can check other forecasts besides the government.
Y'all gave me a heart attack.
Sorry. No. We have 42 and 39. I'll check a local forecast, too. This is just the government one, so it's kind of a national.
Everything local said 41.
41? Okay.
41, 42.
So, yeah, so if you were advising me, which you kind of are, to take things in, what would I take in?
Things that are wind sensitive.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because of the breeze. Oh, what are the gusts going to be?
41, 42 is not that big a deal for a lot of things, but tomatoes, peppers,
and
thin, floppy leaves.
Sweet potato vine.
Oh.
Is all already gone in the greenhouse.
Okay.
What do you think about the...
Yeah, gusts as high as 20 miles an hour.
What do you think about zinnias?
The mic, thank you.
I have too many zinnias to try to do that, so they're all going to be out.
Okay, but what about for the homeowner?
They may show like we've seen a little damage, but
tip burn. But
they should recover.
They'll grow out.
You saw that a little bit earlier, just a little tip burn. Then,
yeah,
the gals took care of that, but yeah, we saw that earlier. You and I did on zinnias.
210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Trace will come back in a few minutes and talk about some stuff that's coming in. And next week's the first weekend of the big anniversary celebration. So make sure on Wednesday you're looking at your paper.
How old are they?
What's that? 47 years
47?
old. Yeah.
147?
No, just 47.
Oh, okay.
Just 47. I remember when they were over on West Avenue.
Oh, yes.
Let's see if Trace remembers that. I think Trace does kind of remember that. I think he's talked about it. Because I used to live near there and would walk by them.
Do you remember when Trace was on Broadway?
I do not remember when Trace was on Broadway. I don't think Broadway is on Broadway anymore.
No, they have never taken the sign down.
But they're not there.
They're not there. No one's there.
An
opportunity.
Yeah.
The neighborhood needs a good quality nursery.
Yeah, the neighborhood has a couple good barbecue places and
it's right next door.
A fun Irish pub and
yeah. I go to the cottage quite often.
Oh, do you? Isn't it fun?
Yes.
All right, 210.
Anyway,
yeah, we digress.
Yeah.
210-308-8867.
So, yeah, anything that has a thin, floppy leaf.
Okay.
That's subtropical. And all three that he mentioned are subtropical. So
I was going to
get them in the ground. I would get them in protection.
I'm going to take a picture of. I'm just so proud when things actually work. What is it?
Look at this.
Oh, he picked up 2 children too. He got some plants and a couple kids.
Cover those kids.
Yeah. My fire spike. It is absolutely gorgeous. The blooms are nice and pink.
Is it inside or outside?
It's outside. I'm bringing it in.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I want it to continue to look nice.
I wonder I don't know if the wind will affect that or not.
If the wind?
Remember, they used to grow on the Riverwalk.
Oh, yeah, there's some beautiful ones on the Riverwalk.
And down at Mitchell Lake, we used to have a couple in the corner, though. They're kind of protected that way. They have kind of a stiff leaf. They may make it okay. However, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
They won't like the cold.
No, I'm bringing it in. I'll bring all the veggies in, too. So 210-308-8867. Going to take a quick break and come back in a moment. 210-308-8867. We got more of Milberger's Gardening South Texas coming up on 9:30 a.m. What are we listening to? The Answer on 9:30. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 210-308-8867. Well, I hope you took my advice and you're ready to do some grilling today because you went over to Pruski's Market and got the excellent, high-quality beef, poultry, rabbit, whatever you're looking for, turkey, ground turkey, and sausage over at Pruski's Market. I got to ask Edmund, I've never asked him, I realized that this morning as I was enjoying some Pruski sausage, where he learned to do all this. We have to ask him that. Yeah, if you're...
When you talk to him, ask him if he's got hard salami with some hot pepper in it.
Oh, I bet he does. I'll find out, though.
Any kind of pepper.
Hot and pepper? Hassenpfeffer. That's what Mark kept saying.
Yeah. That'll work.
Okay. But yeah, it's on Highway 87 in Atkins, Texas. It's a fun little drive. And when you go, it's the old-fashioned meat market experience where you go to the butcher shop, you're talking to the butcher, which is kind of cool. They'll give you advice. They'll help you pick the right size, and they'll get you into the right product that you want. Right there. Go to Pruski'sMeatMarket.com.
Have you been there lately?
Yeah.
One of the things that I used to really enjoy about Pruski's was the that choice of the soda pops.
Yeah.
Although the old root beers.
Yeah, that may not be there. I have to check and see.
Yeah.
I haven't looked for that. I can't do those anymore, so. But anyway, I'll look and see. But yep, Highway 87, Pruski'sMeatMarket.com, the website, and order your stuff for Easter. It's coming up. All right. What else is going on? I don't think you want to finish the story.
No.
Okay. So I'm hoping it has a good end. So did you order anything fun today? Coming in next week, which is the anniversary week?
Things have to show up. Just because a grower says they have it doesn't mean it'll materialize.
Right.
But Ruby Crushes were listed.
Oh, right, good.
And what was last year's rodeo tomato?
Thunderbird.
Yeah, Thunderbird,
that one
the
was
car.
Listed.
Oh, how good is that?
I ordered I think 15 flats of each.
Thunderbird?
It was listed, so I ordered it. That doesn't mean it'll materialize.
That was, it did perform.
We'll have that answer sometime Wednesday when the delivery truck of that supplier comes in.
Well, I have to reopen my garden for that then, I have this problem. I know you guys haven't noticed it, that I buy more plants than I need. But
there are worse addictions to have.
And Calvin's hanging out on the street corners.
I can't pass up Thunderbirds or, of course, Ruby Crush. I'll have to have more Ruby Crush.
There were grape tomatoes available, too. So
how good is that? Wow.
There's many because we all know that Ruby Crush is probably going to outproduce everything.
Mark, what is the tomato related to the bobcat that is the...
Valley Cat?
Valley Cat. I can never remember that. That's another one I love.
And red deuce and the catfish or the fish.
You'll ever see that one again? That may be gone.
Okay.
But I see there's bobcat here. There was. Yeah.
I think there might still be.
All right. And then I imagine, are you getting any more color in?
Of course.
I figured this is the time of year.
The
nursery metamorphosis. What's that?
It only gets better from here.
Yes, I know.
Well, Mark brought it to my attention. I admit, all I saw was the
zinnias.
Dreamland.
Yeah.
And Mark says,
there's profusion too.
Yeah, two types of profusion.
So we all know that you have blinders on.
That's true.
You can't see anything out there but zinnias.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, and zinnias, you were blinded by the zinnias.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, we got some
great Springsteen song. Yeah.
Any news on any
or Manfred Mann, depending on
monarch and milkweed?
I haven't seen it available yet.
Or any of the nectar plants.
Well, I did the Greg's Mist again, so I still don't know whether we got it last week and sold them all, or if they didn't materialize, but I put another 100 down, so we'll see what happens.
Good. We'll tell them. And again, if you're not sure if we have it, you can call 210-497-3760. And if they don't have it yet, maybe trace. Oh, are you cutting out? Okay, weird. I'll see if I can.
Porterweed too is one in the future, I guess.
All right. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, call 210-497-3760. That's also on the website, millburgernursery.com. And you can put yourself on the wish list. That's a big successful thing. In that, so let's say you want Greg's Blue. Is it Greg's Blue or Greg's?
Either Greg's Mist flower or Blue Mist
Blue
flower.
Mist. Okay.
So
if you want that. You can come on out and look for it, or you can put your name on the list, and they'll call you when it comes in.
And we'll also be
same with the tomatoes.
We'll let you know if there's any nectar plant. You wouldn't believe it. Did you notice that there was a monarch out here yesterday?
No, I was a little too busy with what I was doing.
Oh, but I was. We were raving about it and everything, and Mary suggested, which was a pretty reasonable suggestion, that it appeared to be a locally, that wonderful weather we had. So she thought it was one of the local.
It could be
like Lulu or
the abandoned ones.
Or just they've been protecting these through this cold weather and everything, and finally we get this wonderful weather, so they turn them loose, go out there, and then, of course, today they won't like this weather too much. But that was a pretty logical assumption.
Yeah, that's a good thought. That makes sense. But I was just going to say, Mist Flower is my number one pollinator. It works so well for everything.
Well, I like it too, and along with zinnias and porterweed.
Well, Milton, unfortunately, I was so excited about the tomatoes, I forgot about everything else that was coming. So,
okay.
I don't have the answer for the other stuff, but there is plenty of other stuff coming.
Yeah, well, and it's what really is cool, because, and I'm guessing it's going to be one of these next weeks when you come in here and you've kind of, we've been here all winter and stuff, and there's like the perennials. There's, perennials in front of us, but they're kind of green.
I do remember Gara is coming.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And that is a whirling butterfly for the normal people.
You know what I really wish you'd have? More houseplants.
Okay.
You can make that happen?
Sure.
Yes.
It already.
Yeah, I know. It's a awkward segue. Yes. So, how many houseplants do we have? I mean, oh man, this was a bad time to have the cold weather come in too, because the greenhouse is pretty much.
Well, yeah, but we're very few things have to be protected from what we're getting right now.
But the greenhouse is full. It's one of the biggest orders you said that you can recall
ever.
Okay.
But it looks like the weather will be decent for the Saturday.
Oh yeah, gosh, yeah. No. I just meant if folks are looking for houseplants for the anniversary celebration or just now, they'll get them here at Millburgers.
And I know Trace will be excited about our new partner in the Monarch and Milkweed classes, too.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think so?
I'll let you tell him.
The new Master Gardener chapter in Wilson County has asked us to give a presentation on the Monarchs and Milkweeds. And we've gone ahead and tentatively scheduled it. Scheduled it. Milton and I were talking to him that May 8th.
Make sure you give Cappy the dates, and she'll get it on our
6. It's going to be in the evening, 6:30 in the evening. I believe that's a Friday.
May 8th.
You get people at work will be off work already.
Yeah.
Run home, have dinner, come out and learn about butterflies.
Yeah, it's like dinner theater, but different. It's like it's dinner theater for the monarchs. No, they don't eat the plant. They just put eggs on it.
Well, yeah,
no?
but that's a technical. If you're trying to raise milkweeds,
okay,
and I think even the nursery has experienced this. The queen butterflies will lay their eggs while we're waiting for the migrant monarchs to come, and those queen butterfly those caterpillars will eat those new germinated milkweeds as quick as you can get them to grow. You got to kind of.
So what have they got against the monarchs?
Yeah.
Huh? What do they have against the monarchs?
The queens?
The queens are related.
Queen is a monarch.
they're cousins.
Old day terms.
Well, you know how cousin relationships can be.
Oh, man. That's horrible.
You can be, yeah. It can be rough.
It is almost as if those monarchs are so dumb, they're migrating, and we'll just stay here, right here, where all the plants are.
So that's coming up. We'll give you more details as we know about them, but that'll be good. And, of course, we've got next week's on Saturday here at Milburgers. Yeah. And then, let's see. Just by the way, we might as well, the month will fly by. It seems like it keeps happening. David Rodriguez is going to be here at the end of the month, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and he'll be talking about, I'm trying to bring it up on the...
It's vegetables.
I think you're right, yeah. Calvin is Monarchs and Milkweed on the 15th, and let's see. But by the way, I'm on millburgernursery.com looking at the events, which you can go to, too, just to make sure that you're catching up on everything.
Are you going to sign up to do some seminars?
To do some seminars? Yeah. What kind of seminars do you want me to do?
I don't know.
Feral cats.
Gardening with ferals.
That will be a very well unattended class.
And if the law will allow, the first 20, 30 people that come may get a free feral cat.
Wow, yeah. If you could get 100 people to come,
yeah,
I'll go collect some feral cats for you.
This may be a big thing, Trace. Yeah, home vegetable gardening on the 29th.
Okay.
April 5th is the Lions Club will be here, and then the blood drive will be here, too. So it's coming up.
Is the Lions Club going to do their glasses thing again?
Or they're going to do testing. Sometimes they're
doing testing.
Okay.
Site testing?
Yeah. Let's see. Let me read the information. Free vision screenings for kids, but even for the young at heart, at least last time they have.
Yes, they allowed me to do it.
Yeah, they allowed Trace to do it. And I think they encouraged other adults when, what was his name? Lion.
And you don't have to wait to then to bring your old
that's right.
glasses that you don't use anymore.
Why is that, Trace?
Because we have a container 24/7, 365, where you can leave your glasses that you no longer use, and they will get them relocated to somebody who can use it.
Yeah, and don't throw them away, because they do a wonderful job of getting them to people that can't afford glasses. Even, now I don't know if they're still doing this, but in the past they've distributed it to areas where the people cannot afford prescription glasses.
Central, South America. Yeah,
it's worldwide.
Telling these places they'd send them.
And it's a life changer for people.
Yes, I had several pairs that I was no longer using, or were out of date.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, for someone they're never out of date.
Oh, they got a bunch of zinnias, didn't they? Are those zinnias in their basket?
Those are marigolds.
Those are marigolds? I'm sorry.
And here I was going to let you have a seminar.
I know.
Yeah.
Dang it. It's better to keep your mouth shut and be thought. Never mind. Okay. Then to open it up and remove all doubt. Okay. 210-308-8867. 201. Hi, do you have a question? Yeah. Can we ask it on the air? We're doing our radio show. Okay. Sure. You take the mic. I'll give Trace my mic. What's going on?
I got a bonsai tree, and I'm transplanting it, so I'm looking to find soil for it, if you guys have it, or what I should do.
We have a special soil for bonsais. It's going to be located on the metal shelf just as you go in the building from this right-hand side.
And it literally says bonsai on it?
Yeah.
Really? That's even easier. Thank you.
That was easy. What makes bonsai soil special?
Drainage.
Okay.
It has to be almost perfectly drained. So.
Oh, wow. And then I did notice, we're always talking about the purple bag, the Maine.
Coast of Maine?
Yeah, Coast of Maine for acid-loving plants. Well, it's like literally you cannot miss it. It is now out in the front. I know it was out in the front before.
It's always the same spot, Milton.
What's that?
It's always in the same spot.
Is it really?
It is.
Okay. Maybe, I don't know.
We pride ourselves on that.
Don't let me do a seminar.
People have bought it before. They go back to the exact same spot, and they already know where it's at.
Oh, okay.
Just like the plants. The "You Are Here" signs are up 24/7.
Or Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
They're right there. It's right there.
I don't know why. I just didn't notice it before. Yeah. Just didn't notice it before. But, yeah, so it's hard to miss. But that is good. So, like, the "You Are Here" refers. Now that one out? I don't know why you keep going out. Hold on. All right. You back?
Back out.
Yeah.
All right.
That was happening.
There you go.
Okay. 210-308-8867. We'll take this moment to take a break while we fix everything. But 210-308-8867. Yeah. Back in a moment with Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. Do you want to keep talking on the air with us? We're okay. You sure? You got everything you needed?
We got some good ones for you.
All right. So what was his question?
His wife has some black planters that face west. He lives towards Lavernia. And so it's going to be hot west and deer.
All right.
So we're trying to meld all those together.
Man.
I said, well, Calvin didn't like it, but I said bougainvillea. But Mexican oregano.
Deer eat bougainvillea?
Huh?
Deer are the
As far as I know, they eat it.
Okay.
I've never seen it survive. But maybe we can. Maybe there's a.
Yeah, call us if you got it.
Yeah.
I got another one.
Then you said rock rose, which is pretty.
The firecracker fern.
Oh, okay.
Russellia.
Okay.
That's another good one. But really hot and in black containers. So with deer. So we're trying to meld all those things.
Yeah. Cool. So, yep, he's what's he getting? What's he getting?
He's getting some bulbine, the orange flowered one. It's in the aloe vera family. So deer don't particularly like that.
Very cool. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Give us a call and tell us what's going on. Now the sun's coming up. Let's see if I can get the weather, the temperature. I bet it's now, you want to take a guess, Mark? Or?
It is 59.
Okay, 52, 59. It's 56, so it's right in between. I thought it'd be warmer than 56. It was 56 when we started. Okay. But all I have on is a sweatshirt. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867, the number to call. All right, so what else do we have going on in the gardening world? Calvin, what did you talk about what you wrote about yesterday? You wrote about the birds.
Birds, yeah. And we didn't get any reports that surprised me. We didn't get any reports on Caracara. I thought that there were 7 or 8 different neighborhoods that had nesting Mexican eagles, but we didn't get any reports to that effect.
Yeah.
We know there's at least one biomedical center in Dream Hill Estates. They didn't have young this year, weren't able to raise any, but the past 3 years they've raised them. So they're there, and they're really obvious.
And you could ask Cappy.
Cappy?
If Cappy will come over.
Yeah, Cappy.
Cappy. Come visit with us for a second. Can you come talk with us or no?
Birding.
Oh, no. Come on up here. Come on. There you go. All right. We found her. All right. But she'll know. She knows all about birds, too. Okay. So Calvin has a bird question. Will you come on the air? Will you come on the air with us? Sure. Okay, grab the mic. You'll be on the air. And then
I wrote about birds in San Antonio in the article yesterday, and I mentioned the caracaras have been nesting in medical center area in my neighborhood for 4 or 5 years now, and they've raised young. And I thought that there were other neighborhoods in San Antonio that had nesting, but we usually call and give us a report. We haven't got any reports. Did you know of any? Are there other Mexican eagles in other parts of San Antonio?
I know where they're being seen, and frequently, I know they've had nests out at Mitchell Lake in the past. Now, I don't know what's out there right now currently, but that's a popular area for the caracaras. In my neighborhood, we have them sightings pretty regularly.
Oh, okay.
And that's in the Hollywood Park area.
Okay.
I know that they're constantly, visible and people see them. But I don't know.
They're noisy and they're so bright colored and everything.
They're big. And everybody thinks, it's an eagle, and it is an eagle, a caracara.
Yeah, and they always strikes me as they kind of supervise the vultures. That they kind of sit above, identify the dead deer hit by a car or a coyote, and then they do some opening up, and then let the turkey vultures and black vultures there, and they just kind of sit above a while and watch
funny.
the caracara. Yeah,
Very, very elegant looking.
That's right.
But they are striking, very striking.
And Mark reminded us of the when they're in the grasses, or in tall grasses. They
bob up and down, and they are known to inhabit a big, broad, grassy area. I guess looking for reptiles or small mammals or something like that.
I don't know of any large grassy areas in our area, though.
Well, would you believe this is down at Peterson's? An area near Peterson's. It's an industrial area. Peterson's Nursery, industrial area where there was lots of large grassy areas. And I went by and I just looked and I went, oh, look at that. It's caracara. This is a few years ago.
Yeah. I've seen them on the way to trips to the Rio Grande area, but in my neighborhood they're on the tops of trees quite often, and noisy, and seem to think they're in charge of the tallest trees in the neighborhood is where they hang out.
Yeah, and they're striking when you see them fly because their wingspan is so large. At first you might think it's a vulture, but it's not. Then when you get a look at the coloring on it, it's really pretty.
What time of day do people see them?
All the time.
All day. So
if
I'm driving by, going by Hollywood Park, I might see them, or. Okay.
I think they're pretty common. I mean, if you're anywhere birding, I know another popular area is by Brackenridge Park, and along Avenue A. There's a real popular area to bird in that area, and you'll see them there for sure.
Ooh, that's actually a good thing. Maybe we can ask for reports from. I mean, we don't want everybody running over to Hollywood Park, but Brackenridge is a public park, and I wonder if McAllister Park. I wonder if there's any caracara sightings there. That's a nice park, not too far from us here, and or Hardburger. Do you see any Hardburger caracaras?
I've never seen them there.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't think that's exactly. I think they like to be really, really high and
a wider open kind of area.
Yeah.
That explains Brackenridge.
Can we, as long as we got Cappy here,
Cappy,
and
can you hang a minute?
She's got the smile on her face from talking birds. Can we? The other one that's really been fascinating are the
hummingbirds.
Purple martins?
No, not
purple martins is the one I brought up.
The flocks that eat the berries.
Oh, the cedar waxwings.
Cedar waxwings. Yeah, they were. I wrote about them, and I was on Saturday, and I got the paper, and I looked out there, and the flock came moving right into all my.
As he's reading his own article about that subject, they invaded his.
He grabbed his newspaper.
They just kept coming down in part of the flock until the water was completely gone from the bird bath, and then they went off back to find their berries, ligustrum and. The hollies, some of the hollies, too.
This is definitely the time for the cedar waxwings, and they're pretty well all over, but you'll see them in large flocks, always. Yeah. You don't see a single, they'll be in a flock.
Well, now, you don't want to get rude with them, because they'll eat all your berries, and that's okay, and they'll drink all your water, that's okay. and they'll leave a deposit.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah. And
that's what the kids are calling it these days.
Cover your cars with the excrement. But they're beautiful birds. Beautiful birds.
Very striking. They're very nice.
And
they're beautiful.
That flock situation is really pretty exciting because they
have a very unique sound. So it's not like something that you're used to hearing. So if you hear something and it's a lot of them, look and see what it might be, because it could very well be them making that kind of a shrieking noise.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll hear that noise, and then you'll look up there and see all the birds up there in the tree, and they might be half a block away, but you still can see them.
Yeah, and they move fast. They'll sit in one spot just briefly, and then they'll move on to the next one.
En masse, yeah.
En masse, yeah.
Can I jump to the purple martins?
No, she's turned loose now.
Oh, she's okay. But are you getting any reports of purple martins? Because we've only gotten one.
We do have some purple martin houses in my neighborhood, and they have started arriving. This last week, I think that I saw about 8 come in.
Wow.
Yeah, they're there, and I think that we'll be seeing.
Okay.
They'll be here before you know it in full force.
Yeah, when the issue that we had in our discussion yesterday was about the fact that if they don't have a lot of wide open spaces, some of the housing that was successful in the past is not as successful now. And the other thing in my yard with the wildflowers have been wonderful, but the purple martins would rather have a golf course-like situation than have that 3-foot tall flowers everywhere and some brush.
But that's cool because that y'all have about 8 of them. So Calvin doesn't have any. Don't say anything. He's really sensitive about it.
Okay, I won't.
I watch them every night.
You watch them every night?
Yeah.
You have them at your house?
We have them at our house.
Oh, very cool. Okay. Yeah, I miss.
But I don't mention that.
I was telling Calvin a long time ago, and the man has since moved. We had somebody who had a purple martin house, and he kept it out in the front yard, which meant when you were walking the dog or doing anything, you got to see them and hear them. And I miss them because they were loud. Oh my goodness, were they loud?
Well, their favorite house has it when you've got a number of houses like I do, and most people that put up housing.
Oh,
the one is that's closest to the house, the patio seems to be the most attractive one. Part of it is the open area, I guess, too. But
okay, well, let's do this. Let's see how long we can. We have just a couple minutes. Let's talk to Ray, who's got a sighting too. Hi, Ray. Welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. We'll talk to you as long as we can before the break and afterwards if we need to. Where's your sighting?
Yeah, I can hold on if you want to. I don't know if I can do all this in 2 minutes.
You want to hold on a sec, and then we'll.
Well, yeah. If you want to do the news, I can hold on. If you want to.
All right, we'll get to the news in a sec. Okay, you hang on. Don't go anywhere, Ray. All right, 210-308-8867 is our number. 210-308-8867. And like Ray said, we're getting ready to take a break. Calvin, real quick again, tell folks about the upcoming seminars on milkweed and monarchs, and then we'll.
Okay,
get the news.
we got. This Saturday at 10 a.m. here at Milberger's, we've got a full class, but we welcome anybody to come and attend the lecture. And as Milton and I have mentioned, that so far we've had every one of these classes filled, but we've been able to find, for people that have showed up, we've been able to find some milkweed containers for them too. So you're taking a bit of a chance if it's full class. But then the next Saturday after that at 9:30 at the Dream Hill Estates Education Resource Center, there is a class available, and there are slots still open there. 210-382-4455, and that's over at the Medical Center area. You might see a Mexican eagle if you're coming over there.
All right, 210-308-8867, and you can find that information at milbergernursery.com. millburgernursery.com. So there you'll find out about David's presentation and also other things.
All the other monarch and milkweed programs.
So, all right. Well, Ray, don't go anywhere. You keep hanging on. I'll give the phone number, but then we're going to get our Mexican Eagle report in just a minute. 210-308-8867. Or it's warming up. Come on out to Milberger's at 1604 in Bulverde Road, and we'd love to have you be a part of the show and ask your gardening question in person, like the man did about the bonsai stuff, and the man did about the plants for his wife. So, all right, back in a moment with Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
We're back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Our phone number 210-308-8867. Ray has been so patient. I want to hear about Ray's report on the Mexican Eagle, Cara. Is that right?
Yeah.
What's going on, Ray? Thank you for waiting.
Sure, no problem. I heard y'all talking the last couple of days about them. It was about, I want to say, a year and a half, 2 years ago. It was during summertime, and I heard one land on my roof, or I heard the noise on my roof, so I walked outside with my camera, and just as I was getting ready to raise the camera, he was on the crest of my roof. As I was getting ready to raise the camera up, he took off. And when he took off, he let go of, I found out later, it rolled down the roof, a carcass of a squirrel. And it was pretty dried up. It looks like he'd probably been maybe feeding on it for several days. And so that was my first sighting of one. I had to get online right away because I had a picture of it in my mind. So I had to get online and find. That's when I realized it was a Mexican eagle. And then about, I want to say, maybe 3 months ago, about 100 yards away at a house that was about a two-story house, I saw two very large birds. That's all I could make out. So I got out a good pair of binoculars and checked them out, and they looked, very much like what I had seen 2 years ago, with the white breast and, the kind of curled beak and all that. Of course, I wasn't right up there to see them, but, they looked and acted like what I saw 2 years ago. Then all of a sudden, one jumped on the other one's back, which I'm assuming was their courting, mating thing going on, and then he jumped up back off of her back, and then a little bit later, they stood there for a while on the crest of the roof, and one flew away, and then the other one flew away a couple minutes later. So I think they're nesting out here somewhere because there's a lot of green belt out in this area, and just the fact that one had a squirrel carcass. I don't know of anything around here that would really hunt down a squirrel carcass except a bird predator. So I don't know. That's my guess, but definitely they're out here.
Good. Yeah. Where was that again?
It's in Converse.
Converse, okay.
Yeah, off of Topper One.
Yeah, they picked the tallest live oak in my neighborhood. It's kind of out by itself, and they are very bold and noisy, and they do take their mating pretty serious, and you can, when you hear that, the sound and the communications they make between each other, it's really hard to pass them up. And then, of course, you see, just like you mentioned, you see the color, the bold colors, and they're just kind of, their movements are kind of in charge. Yeah. It's like they've, now this is my neighborhood. We are the king and the queen of this neighborhood, and you people can stay here as long as you obey our orders.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, do you have any other interesting bird sightings, Ray? Anything else? What part of the world do you live in?
I'm off of Topper Wine, between Topper Wine and 1604.
Oh, okay.
There's a very large greenbelt area out in this area, which is kind of nice. We got a lot of coyotes and vultures, and if anything's dead out in the middle of the road, you got to watch out for the vultures because they're out there eating it. And that's within the neighborhood. That's not on the highway. Yeah. So it's kind of nice. We used to have a lot of deer out here. I've been here 7 years, and the area has built up since then, and so you're seeing less and less deer out here.
Well, just let me know when we'll see if we
want
can't
some
get
more
you
deer.
some.
Calvin will bring some over.
But they do seem to follow the coyote action.
Oh, is that right? The deer do?
No, not the.
Oh, the caracaras.
The deer, of course, try to avoid it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
But the caracaras, they will. I have never been able to tell that the coyotes have actually killed the deer, but they feed on them, especially if they get hit by cars, which happens a lot in my neighborhood. And then there's a whole process. The coyotes get some, and then the caracaras are kind of the first scavengers that get down there, and then next the turkey vultures and black vultures.
And I'm kind of wondering too, now that you mentioned that, we had a very similar situation. We didn't hear it. All of a sudden we walked out on the roof, and there was literally on, I don't know what you call it, the crest of the roof, there was a dead squirrel whose body had been ripped apart. And I wonder if that was a similar thing, or could that have been a vulture too? Or
yeah,
I mainly see vultures down on the ground.
I'm not sure if they. Well, I take that back. I've just taken it for granted that they're as much an eagle as they are a vulture, and that they will, like squirrels, they would take advantage of squirrels.
Yeah,
but they're not very secretive in their movements at all. But the squirrels gets in a neighborhood like Ray's or ours get so bold, and they get used to, like they'll stay 5 feet above my dogs, and just kind of, just snip at them and make noises at them, and they feel perfectly safe there. But then the other thing is they're not afraid of Cooper's hogs.
Oh,
right.
So they they can both be, on the ground even, or on the short end of a tree. But I don't think you would do that around a caracara.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ray. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
They can be rather mean sometimes. Yeah.
Can they?
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thank you for the report, and thanks for waiting, man. That's great.
Okay, sure.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you. Give us a call. Take care, Ray. Bye-bye. All right, 210-308-8867. I love when our listeners call in. We call out and ask for requests when they help us with that. So, and you help other people, too, sometimes with that kind of stuff. Yeah, I want to go. So he's over by Topper Wine in 1604, huh? So if I want to see a caracara, I kind of got to drive over there.
So, I think Comanche Lookout, Nacogdoches. So that's where Topper Wine dead ends, and then it goes all the way across the 35 into Live Oak and some that area.
All right. Do you think I'd see him over at the Lookout?
So I'm thinking there's not a lot of tall trees in that area. So where Ray's talking about is you're going down Topper Wine towards 35, and that area to the left is a greenbelt-ish area.
Okay.
Although it's being built up, as you said.
All right.
There's some big hills and big trees.
Come to the class on the 22nd, Milton, and I'll bet you'll see the
over in Dreamhill? Okay. What time is that? That's at 10 to 11:30.
9:30.
Oh, 9:30 to 11?
11.
Okay. All right, 210-308-8867, the number to call, 210-308-8867. You mentioned a couple different things in your article that now is the time to do. What else is it time to do now?
Well, I mentioned the ground nesters, like the towhees and the thrashers. they're really interesting to watch too, because they dig up and throw up the leaves. That if you leave the leaves there, and then the other thing, if you really want to bring in some new populations, if you've been feeding the birds and you want to bring in, Mark mentioned the hummingbirds, but the other thing is to start using some suet, and you'll get in the insect eaters.
Yeah,
some of the warblers, and of course the woodpeckers will come in more species. The downy will be there, and hairy will probably be there, and then you'll. Well, the mockingbirds, which normally don't come to the feeders, but for suet, they will come to the feeders.
What about in the garden, though? What should folks be doing in the garden? We mentioned last chance for pre-emergent, I know, right? Or no?
Well, no, that's what Trey said yesterday, and I would agree with him.
Cucumbers soon.
Yep.
You can plant.
You can plant by seed right now. We had a lovely young lady ask yesterday. She goes, are there any cucumber plants?
Not yet.
No, but you can grow them by seed right now. But it's going to be shortly.
Okay.
Shortly, we'll have the transplants here.
I need to do an experiment. Okay, if I can plant them by seed right now, I'm going to do one by seed and one by transplant and see which one does better. Are there varieties I'm supposed to get of the cucumbers?
Well, they're all pretty easy. Get the. I have best luck with the medium size.
Right.
Okay.
Rather, the big ones, you'll get a few great big ones, but they're harder on the weight and they're harder on.
Okay. Do you remember a variety of the medium size?
No. Just look on the package.
All right.
You're gonna make me do that.
What?
Look through all my voluminous stuff.
Okay. Well, sometime.
Here, the good place Milton could go look.
I could. Seed rack.
Speaking of racks, did you guys see the photo I sent you?
No.
Of the cucumbers? Oh.
You texted it to us?
I texted it to you. So it's I've talked about this.
When did
before.
You text it to us?
Thursday.
Okay, I'll look.
All right. Anyway, it's a wooden rack, and they're growing cucumbers, and all the cucumbers are hanging down.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
You'll have to send it to me. I don't think I got it. No. Okay, but go ahead. It was amazing cucumbers.
Well, FYI, I overheard. So there is a handful of zucchini.
Oh, okay.
And so we sold out of all the others, but we're going to have more cucumbers because we were talking about cucumber this week.
Yeah, that's right.
Good. The transplants will be in this week?
We had some this week we're in, and they're sold.
Oh,
so
okay.
We have more coming.
I told the young lady that. I didn't tell a date. I just said they're coming very soon. For the next couple of weeks.
You didn't make anything up. Probably Wednesday, but could be earlier, could be later.
Cucumbers are one of the few plants that you probably have as good a luck with seeds as you do with transplants.
I think you're right.
Okay.
So, but most people are not patient enough, Calvin.
So it would be good for Milton to do that. Then.
Okay, I'm going to do an experiment.
Yeah.
Some by seed. 1 if by seed, 2 if by transplant.
That's immediately what I thought of, but I wasn't going to go there.
So we're doing the
yes,
that thing for you
for the
plants.
For the plants, sure. I don't blame you. So I'll have to figure out. Okay, and I'll use my new peat pots that I bought.
Okay.
But Milton also has his tomatoes and Rio Grande peppers are germinating.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I gotta kind of protect them a little bit because they're in the sun, but they're kind of outside. So I'll bring them in.
Oh,
yeah, they're in peat pots too.
So why do you have? It's going to get warm now, isn't it?
Yeah, but not tonight.
Yeah, you should have done it last night. Is what we're saying.
You should have done it at 3:00 yesterday. Is what I'm saying.
Yes, that's when the wind changed.
But they're
definitely noticed.
But they're not doing anything yet. So
no, I think they'll be all right.
I have one little VHN 968 sprout that's come up. I did them in the little. Okay, so what I tried to do is half of them I put in the paper towel in the bag in a warm place. They work great for the BHN. did not work well for the. I may have left them in too long too for the thing, for the Rio Grande Gold. Yeah. Does it not work for everything? That little method work for my pomegranates? No, nobody wants to tackle it?
I just use soil.
I'm just going to use
I buy
soil.
transplants, Milton.
Okay.
I can't help you.
It's fun to see the little babies come up. You know? Now I got to figure out my pomegranate sprout is now probably about 4 inches tall. I'm thinking that means I probably got to get it in the ground pretty soon, right? Once it warms up,
you could probably keep. What do you have it in?
Right now, it's in a little plastic pot covered up with half of a. It's in a homemade terrarium.
Knowing your luck, I would probably put it in a 3-gallon can and grow it in that.
Okay.
That way, you're not digging a hole in the ground for nothing that you're going to kill.
Okay. So, and then where do I put that? Just a nice sunny place?
Yeah.
Okay. And
we should also get. Have you got any milkweed?
No.
Yeah.
Get some milkweed. That'd be nice too, actually. Yeah.
Do feral cats eat that?
I don't know.
Oh.
Did you ask the bosses about my feral cat plant seminar?
Absolutely not.
Okay, fine. All right. Well, what else, Trace? What else is going on? Oh, Calvin was talking about, that's how we got to cucumbers, about things you should be doing in the garden. We talked about the pre-emergent. You want to touch on that a little bit about the one that we have and the one you recommend and all that?
Well, if we're talking about pre-emergent for gardens, that's limited. So that would be corn gluten.
Oh, okay.
It's an organic product, so you don't have to worry about, but you can't plant by seed.
You mean it's like vegetable gardens?
Yes.
Okay.
But we do carry a slug of different ones. So Dimension and Gallery and Crew and Barricade.
Okay.
Got all 4.
I know it's sometimes quite an effort to read those back labels, but I recommend that it's worth the time to do a little reading on the labels and pick the one that meets your needs the best and your techniques. Yeah, so that you can be. Well, it works, and it also.
You tell them the technique. It's up to them to follow that. But picking the right pre-emergent is everything. If you pick the wrong one, then what's your worst enemy is still going to be your worst enemy.
That's right.
All right. So
and if you got used to XL and the other ones, Amaze, these work a little differently.
Crew would be the closest to that product.
Okay.
I don't know if it's as good or not, but it's the closest we could get to it.
Yeah. I've never used Crew, but of course I really liked Amaze and XL.
Well, they were in packages, smaller packages. The Crew is in a larger bag.
They used to produce a 10-pounder up to like a year or two ago.
Was it one of the ones that burned?
No.
The factory?
No.
Okay.
But I guess they decided they didn't sell enough little bags. And
oh, wow.
All right.
Well, if they, their main customers were large, condo areas and things.
Sure, but if they had just taken a chance to educate everybody, they could have sold far more by weight doing 10-pound bags than 50-pound bags. Education.
I have a similar story regarding town ants, Texas cut ants. Someone had created a product which killed 99% effective kill rate, but they were trying to use it in East Texas in plant plantations, getting them while they're starting to grow. And because town ants are a very serious problem in the sandy soil, and I kept saying, you want to sell this product? It's called Volcano. You want to sell this product? A lot of it is you start selling in smaller packages in Central Texas, particularly this place called Wilson County. And you will make a fortune selling it there. But no.
So they need to teach the ants to harvest the sticker burrs.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That would be something.
Speaking of education, yes, that would be something.
How do we train ants?
I don't know. The only good ants are the ant.
Well, the little dogs are the best harvester of the sandburrs, except except it's then it requires somebody, a groomer, to.
That's when you break out the clippers and just shave off all their hair.
Oh, those are gonna get protected, huh? Good.
No.
Oh, they're not. They're just moving.
No, they're Dusty Midler.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure why.
Okay, you go find out while we take a break at 210-308-8867. Oh, no, you got to finish your story. 210-308-8867. More in a moment with Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Back to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Let's see. You know what? We didn't talk about this. We kind of alluded to it. You mentioned yesterday a certain video drop.
Yes. I've been waiting patiently for you to remember.
Okay, well, you can jump in. Okay.
Yes. The Gardening Volunteers of South Texas produce these videos called Go Gardening videos.
Uh-huh.
And, yes, there's someone very close to you, Milton.
Yeah.
Who's the host
literally
of this.
within arm's length.
36 inches, 35 maybe, I don't know. So the latest ones for March dropped this past Friday. Use the technical term.
Okay.
Dropped onto the Gardening Volunteers of South Texas website. That's gardeningvolunteersofsouth.texas.org.
Yes.
And you look and you would click the Go Gardening tab. And, you're going to do it? And there's two videos. One with Lee Marlowe, who is president of the Native Plant Society here in San Antonio. And then there's also one with me discussing raised beds, vegetable beds primarily.
Oh, good.
But then we do a little flip-flop, and then she asked me questions about a landscape raised bed.
Okay.
And that's Liz, and Liz is a good friend. Liz has a company called Uprooted Gardens that deal with vegetable gardens in raised beds. So she has all these clients who have raised beds, and she takes care of the vegetable portion of them.
What a great job.
So it's very interesting. All the little steps they go through in creating a raised bed and how to maintain it and how to water it, of course, because our sponsors for Go Gardening are the water conservation districts in this area.
Okay.
So I always end up the show, let's go garden. Because I always say, let's go get out there and garden.
Oh, okay.
That's a little, let's go garden and save some water.
And improve your health.
Yeah.
All right, 210-308-8867. Actually, in a couple weeks, we'll have a guest that'll talk about mental health and the
gardening.
And gardening, yeah. So that's coming up. Hey, but Dan has a report for us at 210-308-8867. What's going on, Dan?
We've got a pair of caracaras in the Delview area.
Oh, wow.
Delview. Okay.
Where is it?
I like Delview.
You can, between Vance Jackson, West Avenue, I-10, and Fredericksburg.
That's it. There you got it down.
There you go. Yeah. So they've been here now for a good 3 years, I believe, maybe 4.
Are they in the biggest red oaks in the area usually? Or big pecans, maybe?
Mostly the two-story houses. Sometimes one will perch on my telephone pole over here, but they don't stay long.
That's pretty close to Minneapolis.
Yeah, that's very cool.
But you see them all day, morning, noon, night, or almost night. But you see them all day long with the other hawks. We got hawks out here too.
Yeah, that's it's an older neighborhood, but kind of cool. Yeah, some two-story houses in that area.
Yeah.
Very. Are they as noisy as Calvin says?
Ours do not seem to be. I usually see them when they're flying over.
Oh, okay.
So
You know, and you know, when they first started moving into San Antonio, that's mostly they were kind of cruising over, and they I guess they were kind of checking out the neighborhoods and before they decided where they were going to stay. But they covered a lot of territory. And
yes, they do, and we have plenty of squirrels for them.
Yep. See. So have you seen something similar to Dan's issue?
No.
Okay. You haven't seen them eating the squirrels?
What do they?
No.
What do they? Do they work with the vultures? I mean, what do they get? Deer carcass? Do deer get run over there?
No. We got a bunch of vultures too, and they seem to compete for the food.
And okay. But is it quite often deer or not?
No, it's not in that neighborhood. No. So it's going to be possum. Primarily.
Possum, skunks. We got a little fox. I don't know where they live, but he comes around at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the little gray fox. They're cool.
Yeah. It's amazing how many fox are out there in all these neighborhoods.
Yes. I want to say it was a red fox.
Oh, do you think?
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, we saw him during the day. We saw a little kit, a little one.
Yeah. It's not it's unusual because most of our foxes are gray foxes. But,
right.
But that's kind of cool.
What amazes me about them is how they climb trees and they can climb everything.
They climb everything. Yeah, I have a neighbor that raises some rabbits and chickens, and he always needs a report on the fox.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Well, we had a neighbor, a well-known master gardener she was, and her least favorite predator seemed to be a fox, and the female fox lived under her shed, and its favorite food was from her fig tree. And I was there one time when she and her daughter chased the fox away, and the fox ran under the shed and around the side of the house and then back to the fig tree. It was just like kind of a frustrating. I didn't know if the gardener was fully serious about controlling her or just got a kick out of as much kick out of it as the fox did, I guess.
Well, Dan, are you a gardener too?
I grow my tomatoes, and I got some spinach still growing.
Oh, wow.
Strawberries. What else I got over here? I got a few things. I got what I call my wild onions now. Now they're just going everywhere. And wild cilantro. And, of course, I got me a nice fig tree. So
a fig tree?
Me busy.
Yeah, it sure it does. Yeah, we have some nice transplants. I have one strawberry plant in a hanging basket. I got one strawberry off of it. But I'm betting you'd get more strawberries than the one.
I hope so.
What's that?
I said, I hope so.
Oh, okay. None yet, huh?
Not yet.
All right.
A bunch of flowers.
That's cool. What kind of flowers are you doing? Oh, on the strawberry.
On the strawberries, yeah, the white one.
Very cool. Man, you do keep busy.
Well, keeps me out of trouble.
What do you do with the figs? Just eat them, or do you jelly them, or?
We fight over them with the birds.
Yeah, I understand that.
You got to get up early in the morning and pick the ripe ones and let the birds fight over the rest.
Yeah, it's amazing that it's kind of like the anaqua tree. That it's just alive when it starts moving with the
ripe. Yeah, you know when the fruit is ripe when you get all the birds in there.
Oh yeah,
literally the
a lot of different species too.
Yes.
Well, very cool, Dan.
All right.
Sure, nice visiting with you, man. Call us again.
All right, you guys have a good afternoon.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Huh?
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. 210-308-8867. Yeah, Dan sort of downplayed it, and then he had
Yeah.
All 12 different types of vegetables. He does keep busy. Yeah, that spinach. I was wondering what he was growing for the spinach. Did we have spinach still when you looked yesterday? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, are you cold, Milton?
Yes, I am cold.
The wind seemed like the wind
was
changed.
blowing right at us.
Yeah.
Now it's getting a little better.
Yeah, during the break, I turned to Milton, or Milton turned to me and went, the wind is blowing straight in here.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can
even noticed it when I went to check on the coffee and everything came back. Gosh, what
still
happened
seems
there?
to be. It's 59 degrees, but with a sweatshirt out in the sun, I bet it feels better. All right, 210-308-8867. We talked a little bit about. Tell people again where to find the video. Gardening Volunteers.
So it's Gardening Volunteers. Gardening Volunteers of South Texas.
Okay.
.org.
Okay.
And don't put the initials in. Put the whole word in. It's better that way.
Oh, okay.
Don't put GVSD.org.
And don't put gardeningvolunteers.org?
No. Put gardeningvolunteers.org. South Texas.
Oh, okay. But no, if you
not the acronym.
Okay.
Not the GVSD.
If you just do the two words, you get it too. If you do gardeningvolunteers.org, just FYI for people.
I just always want to make sure.
Okay.
And there's several tabs. The events, the Essentials Gardening class. That's the third Monday of every month. And for the videos are on the website for 30 to 40 days, and then we put them on YouTube.
We go back to YouTube?
Yep.
Okay. Cool beans.
You can see them then.
All right. Was there one in particular? Maybe it's not the one you just did, but it applies to March that you can think of?
Well, the one we said for February, but it would also apply to March.
Oh, the pruning.
About the pruning.
Okay.
Pruning, perennials, and different styles. I mentioned that yesterday. Certain plants require pruning to the ground. Other plants, you just prune the dead material from this past year, and then like shrubs, and the new leaves and flowers will come forth out of there. Other ones you want to prune 3 inches to the ground.
Okay. I gotta get in. I'm gonna start sitting. I'm just gonna grab something to protect my tush, and sit in there and chop up some blue plumbago and just clear the thing and let it come back.
So there's a certain enjoyment, certain mental therapy involved.
Yeah, and cleaning up a bed.
Yes, particularly blue plumbago.
Oh,
we have a history.
The cats like that too. They seem to have the cat therapy.
Cats love the blue plumbago. When it's in full bloom, they hide in it. They love. Oh, maybe that's because the birds go in it. No, I didn't think of that. You don't think that's the reason, right?
What? That hummingbird would come and feed it?
No,
eat it?
That the cats hide in the blue plumbago because they know that the birds will try to find shelter in it.
I've got some...
I hope not. We don't see any feathers or anything, so I think we're okay.
I've got some new neighbors, and they have some cats, which, of course, drives my Westies crazy, and makes me a little nervous because they love the bird feeders and all the birds that are around there, and a lot of birds rely on the feed to fall down to the ground, and so you can tell all the dynamics of the predators and the birds is changing a little bit. So such is life.
Okay. All right, 210-308-8867. Let's take a quick break and come back in a moment. 210-308-8867. More of Milberger's Gardening South Texas coming up after this on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. 210-308-8867, or come by and visit us at 1604 on Boulevardy Road. Yes, sir. Were you?
Well, I was just happy with the
Yeah,
we got all those responses about the caracaras in the various neighborhoods around San Antonio.
No, I love when our listeners participate with that kind of stuff and help each other out. So I don't know if we have any plant help outs or not, or I will tell, I forgot her name. Oh, shoot, I'm so sorry I forgot your name. The one that helped me with the pineapple.
Was it Susan?
I thought it was Susan, too, but that didn't sound right in my mind.
Okay.
But anyway.
Not Beth.
What's that?
It wasn't Beth.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, whoever it was, thank you. And I now potted it in a pot, so we'll see what happens.
How about our Purple Martin
report would be great.
Yeah, that was good, too.
Yeah.
We appreciate those. Hey, I went to the tables earlier today.
Yes, you did. What did you do?
Well, the staff took care of a lot of the vegetable transplants. We still have some broccoli and asparagus out there, and strawberries. But you know what? What we got? We have a lot of herbs out there.
Okay.
Some spearmint, some peppermint.
Oh, that's good.
Some chocolate mint.
Ooh.
Some parsley. Some sage.
Oh, dear. Here we go.
Some rosemary.
Uh-huh.
And finally, yes, some thyme. What else I had? Chives, cilantro. Chives and cilantro. These are cool season. Transplants. They're still available right now. And some rue.
Rue. All right.
So,
black swallowtails love that.
Yeah, they do?
Yeah.
They love dill, too, don't they?
Rue.
They love dill, too.
Rue. Dill.
They love dill, too.
Yeah.
Don't they?
Rue, dill, parsley, and fennel.
Okay.
So we don't have those right yet, but those are all black swallowtail favorite foods.
Does oh, shucks. Okay. I lost my train of thought.
So hard dealing with old people, Mark, isn't it?
Well, we were talking about the herbs and stuff, and then the black swallowtails, and I just.
But we did talk about the giant swallowtails recently.
Oh yeah,
because they like members of the
citrus
family.
Okay.
Yeah, and we did. I was proud of our effort to convince gardeners that have giant swallowtails on their citrus to look how many caterpillars are there, because they usually don't do much damage, and if you can leave one or two alive, and it shouldn't eat many of your leaves, and it'll also produce some more of those wonderful giant swallowtails.
Yeah, we kind of focus on the monarchs. What are some other butterflies we can attract? You mentioned giant swallowtails.
Well, it's our favorite Gulf fritillaries.
Oh, yeah.
That's
it's one of those threatened, yeah.
The gardening question, the connection is passion vine.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So they're like that. And pipes. What like the
pipeline swallowtails?
Yeah, pipeline swallowtails.
No, yeah, if you can find the pipeline.
Yeah, that's a. I was trying to remember what it.
They find it.
Yeah.
Because most neighborhoods will have a few pipevines that show up, and even here at the Milbergers, they'll show up at the certified butterfly garden occasionally.
But there are lots of butterflies that like tall grasses, ornamental grasses like Lindheimers or Gulf muleys, and other ones like certain wildflowers. But the list is very long. So long I'm using it as an excuse because I don't know all the ones on there.
I did think of another question, too. We don't talk about these very much, but I was reading a little report, maybe it was on Facebook, too, and maybe you saw it, Mark, talking about how many mosquitoes that dragonflies, and they're not pollinating, mosquito hawks.
Yes, and so if you go to Garden Style San Antonio, there's a couple articles by someone famous talking about that if you have a mosquito problem, don't think about bats.
Okay.
The main mosquito eaters are dragonflies and damselflies, and so there's a couple of ways you can encourage to attract those or create those in the garden. So that That's the one. That's the one I want to do.
You know,
what do you?
You like water that's not standing.
Okay.
But maybe a little live water, shallow rocks and deeper rocks. So very similar to birding in that aspect. That you want different types of rocks in ponds of water or bird baths.
We used to credit purple martins with the control of mosquitoes, but that really, it turns out that's not true. They ate some, but not very many. They do eat dragonflies. More dragonflies.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yes, now I remember that. Yes.
Yeah.
They like tall flying insects, big insects.
But I think I've seen pictures, photographs, or maybe paintings of purple martins. And what do they usually have in their beak?
Skeeters?
No, dragonflies.
Dragonflies. Yeah, that was one of the first times my introduction to a purple martin was we had it at the house, and I was just sitting outside watching it and sitting in the chair, and all of a sudden it just went down, popped. It was amazing to watch. Popped the dragonfly, and then the dragonfly started going toward the ground, and the bird just circled back up underneath it and caught it again. I mean, it's like, why didn't you just catch it in your mouth when you had it? But maybe that's not as fun.
Athletes.
Yeah, that must be it. All right, 210-308-8867.
They were just trying to entertain you, Milton.
That could have been. It could have been just me. I can believe that. 210-308-8867. What else did Calvin write about in terms of this week in the garden?
Well, no, he was this week in the garden. Yeah, I know where it is.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Don't touch my paper.
Okay, I'm sorry. Very sensitive.
Well, we talked about this yesterday as well. Is broom straw or bread straw, the lime green vine that or weed that's coming through your garden. And,
bed straw,
yeah, bed straw. It's I like to ball it up. I like to use the rake and just pull it and mass it all up.
Yeah, it is pretty satisfying to go through there and.
I don't think I have any yet.
Oh, really?
Maybe I do. I'm just not seeing it because at some point it's going to be like a lot.
Yeah, like literally
don't mess around.
Yeah.
And man, do not. I won't say this, but it was an experience after mowing it down because it gets all in the mower and I think you've told me too that's bad too because it just spreads the seeds. If it's a mulching mower, doesn't it just kind of spread the?
It would defeat the purpose. If you're mulching it all up, you're mulching the seeds.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. 210-308-8867. I got what's your advice? We haven't had rain in a while, so everybody's rain week is starting.
Thank you for that.
Sure.
If you go to the paper on the sports page, you'll see the monthly averages and the historical averages and the average for last year.
Mm-hmm.
So January we were about 60% of the historical average.
Yeah.
Last month, February, we were only 40% of the historical average.
Okay. So we've improved.
So in other words, no.
Oh, it's gotten worse.
Yeah, it's gotten worse.
Oh.
So last year's, this is the historical average is based on 30 years. But if you compare last year's with this year's, we're like pretty much the same. Now, last year's January was very good, but not this year's.
Okay, so I remember that. So if it's my watering day at my right time, so I probably should water.
So that's a long answer to a simple question is yes.
Okay.
And those times, again, are they've been recently changed. They're 5
earlier,
to 10.
Yeah.
And then also 9 to midnight. 9 p.m. to midnight.
Which 5 to 10 yesterday would have been 4 to 9. So you got to get up pretty early tomorrow to have your watering day. What? Did I go the wrong way?
No, you're just confusing me. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Whatever the clock tells you.
Yeah. Well, remember to set your clocks.
Yeah. Even though it's not your internal clock, whatever the clock tells you, That's the time it is.
All right. 210-308-8867. Calvin, what else is going on, man? What else should we be doing in the garden?
Let's see. On the one of the things are the snapdragons.
Yeah, you talked. That was the first thing on This Week in the Garden. It's right here. Yeah. I'm sorry, I touched the paper. I'm sorry.
Snapdragons quite often will get hit by a freeze in January, and then in most years they do their early bloom in the fall when they're planted, but then their best bloom period quite often is right now, next month and a half, and so if you've got plants out there, you want to. The reason I mentioned them is that the rescue grass in my garden was taller than the rocket snapdragons, so I had to get that out of there if I was going to enjoy my favorite snapdragons, because they'll start blooming any day now.
Yeah, and that's another thing that we will see in the next month or so, as the rescue grass and the wild bluegrass, the POA, begin to die as it heats up. And then we'll get all these questions.
It gets a little ornery, too. Yeah. It concentrates on getting... It no longer is a beautiful grass, weed, sustainable
more
winter.
Weed-like, yes.
Yeah. And it concentrates on trying to get seed production. So you want to keep it mowed, keep it pulled, if you want to reduce the seeding a bit.
But once it's in a bed, no questions asked. Remove, terminate with extreme prejudice.
Man, you get mean. You were talking earlier about milkweed and planting milkweed in the garden. I don't know if I have any seed packets or not, but would I do it by seed now, or would I do...
You could do either.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, seed. Now, the problem with seed, depending on what variety you use, you have to... Generally, it works better if you put it through a process. Put it in the refrigerator for 4 or 5 weeks, and then go plant it.
Okay.
And now, we do have seed here.
Yeah.
We do have milkweed on the wax. But Calvin's right. You have to look closely, and some of it is a mixture, and some of it is primarily just one type or one species of milkweed. But in the very fine print on the very bottom, it goes, does better with stratification.
Okay.
So it's always a good idea.
Douglas King Seed Company has got the Zizoti, which is the easiest to get to germinate other than tropical. And it's native just west and south of San Antonio, and it does not need stratification. Yeah, but it's a little slow in the spring. It's those that I've got planted right now have not germinated yet. Tropical has started to germinate, and showy. And another one that has not germinated yet is butterfly weed, which is
exactly. Now, did Trey say he was going to get some butterfly weed?
I'm sure he will.
I think he said,
Okay.
Butterfly, he'll get tropical and butterfly weed.
And both, yes.
And then he'll get callitrope through that large white flowered one. So those will be available. And let's see what else. Oh, the antelope corn is not started to germinate yet in my in plantings.
Swamp is
the green in the swamp are germinating.
Where can I get the seeds for the big white one that you and Lulu like?
You don't have the seeds.
Don't do that.
Generally buy the.
Oh, okay.
We wait to hear and see if Trace will get you one.
Okay, I'm sure he'll get some in. They were very popular. But does it seed?
No.
Oh, it doesn't seed? Okay.
Doesn't seem to seed, at least in my experience. It doesn't. But it comes back after the winter.
Okay.
At least it did last year.
All right. Well, listen, we got to begin to wrap it up, but we're back here. We'll talk to Calvin and find out how his seminar went, which is probably going to be really, really good. And we'll talk to you and answer more gardening questions because it's going to be nice and pretty this week, except for tonight. Protect those plants. Back in about a week. With
how cold is it supposed to be tonight?
42.
42.
Yeah, 42. See you next week on The Answer.